Back to Blue Raiders Stadium as Coach Chris Oliver joins me now above Blue Raider Stadium field. And Coach, wow, we talked about the list of items that were up for grabs today, and you can put a big check mark on each one of them.
Yeah, I mean, just a huge win. I mean, in so many ways. And like Bob said, we went, right before the break, I walked in, and, we talked about going 1-0, and if we had the opportunity to earn that 1-0 week, then there were so many things that went along with that. So, I mean, what a day. Kind of been a loss for words still right now. Is a little bit of a loss for words talking with the team. Just a special day.
Austin, we can hear an echo here. If you can shut that down for us, that would be great. 49-28, Lindsey Wilson wins here this afternoon, and we're visiting with Lindsey Wilson football coach Chris Oliver. Coach, it didn't start great. Yeah. First play from scrimmage, Campbellsville goes 77 yards and score. And their second drive, they run the ball up the middle for 60-plus yards. But after that, man, your defense was lights out.
Yeah, our defense played great after that. Gave up, I think, one more score on the day because they had a defensive touchdown. Mm-hmm. It was one of those things, and I don't think it was that we weren't ready to play necessarily. I think we didn't execute a technique on the first play with the screen, and we were playing against a guy. Ken Young is a guy who we talked to in the recruiting process as well. A great young man. He's fast.
He's fast.
He's really fast. And he made us pay on that one, and then you come out the second one. I think we didn't quite fit the run real well. So I don't think it was a mindset thing. I don't think it was something where we weren't ready to play. We just didn't execute the technique. And as we settled in from that point forward, we executed a lot and really well. Our defense played really well.
And your guys didn't panic. I mean, I know you guys were probably preaching that on the sideline. Don't panic. It's very, very early, and it was.
Yeah.
If something like that's going to happen, is it almost okay that it happens that early in the game because you can make adjustments, or at the very most you can just say, you know what, it's a blip on the radar, and there's 60 minutes of football to play?
Yeah, I think it all depends on how you respond.
Yeah.
When we came out and sort of had a methodical drive on offense right there, and it scored quickly.
17 plays.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't realize it was that methodical.
That may be a Chris Oliver record.
Yeah. So for us to come down and score right away after that score, and then they scored again and make it 14-7, then we answered. I mean, those two answers, the timing of handling that adversity, there's never a good time for it, but it's all on how you respond. And I thought when we came back and responded so well on offense on those two drives, that was huge. Then all of a sudden the third drive, defense gets off the field, we go and score again on offense, and now you can see the tide just start to change, and before you know it, 35-14, at half.
I want to switch gears for just a moment and talk about what happened today with Senior Day and the fact that you had 18 young men who bought into a program. They're going to their fourth straight football championship series, and I mean, what can you say about the senior class?
Man, it's just a special group, and we want classes that just continue to build on that tradition and foundation that the guys in front of them, have built. And, it's one of the short stories, I'll share. Dylan Beasley was in watching video this week, and it was Thursday. Brandon Cressup sent me a text and said, "Hey, let me know when Dylan's in the office. I want to FaceTime him." And here's a guy who was a senior in 2014, first championship team, and Dylan Beasley was his backup.
Right.
And that's what you want. You want these classes to build on each other, and guys that are great leaders to grow from each other and learn from one another. Last year's group, trickled down and taught these guys some things, and this year we've got a great group, and it's just a special group. To think that as a program we were 15-17 after year 3, and now we are whatever we are, 62 and something. I mean, these guys have seen a lot of wins, and those things don't just happen without their hard work.
49-28, Lindsey Wilson wins it. Let's go back to, for just a moment, that list of things, the divisional title. And I know Bob said 1-0, and you agree, but I know keeping that traveling trophy is important to you, but I got to think winning that division. I mean, that's always goal number one when I guess you start training camp during the summer, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And you never want to share anything,
right?
And this is two different perspectives coming into today's game. If the team that we played could have won and shared it, they're extremely excited about earning that back after losing early. For us, that would have been a terrible disappointment. So, to win that outright and to do it beating two really good football teams handily the last 2 weeks, that's certainly the first goal for us. And it's exciting. So I was just watching my son shake up this Diet Coke right here. We're gonna have a party here in the press box.
Football Championship Series playoff berth, and you're hosting next week. That's got to be exciting for your guys, and I mean that's what you play for, is to be able to. It's a family affair. Absolutely, let's get them in there. It's got to be exciting to know that you get to stay home. And if you take care of business next week, stay home for Thanksgiving, something we've never done before.
Yeah, that's being at home when you're in the FCS, the championship series is a huge advantage. When you're down to 16 teams, everyone's really good. So there's no easy paths. We're going to have a really good football team come in here next week, and we know that. We don't know who it is, but whoever it is going to be really good. But being at home is a big advantage, and we're excited about that opportunity.
Coach, great crowd today for the Battle of Highway 55. It's senior day, and there were so many people down on the field. I don't know that the field may have been as covered as I've ever seen it before. That scene at the end when the Highway 55 trophy was passed from Will Spooler to your guys, and then the fans came out, and you get to see people getting their iPhones out, taking photos with it. That's just really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a cool moment, and it's cool that you can have some of those moments to share with your fans and your friends and family. Just a special day all around. I mean, this is a great moment for our program. To be undefeated in a regular season, to win the Highway 55, to get that back to 4-4 and get that balanced up finally, and to just secure the opportunities that we did today. Great moment for our program, great day, really proud of our kids.
Coach, congratulations on a big win.
Thank you.
That's LWC head football coach Chris Oliver. Blue Raiders win it by a score of 49-28. Let's take a 30-second break. We'll come back and wrap this one up. This is Blue Raider Football on the Lindsey Wilson Sports Network.